Book of Daniel, chapter 8, verse 23. The king of fierce countenance. And in the latter time of their kingdom, when the transgressors are come to the full, a king of fierce countenance and understanding dark sentences shall stand up, and his powers shall be mighty, but not by his own power, and he shall destroy wonderfully, and shall prosper and practice, and shall destroy the mighty and the holy people. ch.9, your Word of Truth channel, Bible teaching with Jeff Deloach. Jeff Deloach. Heavenly Father, bless the message, bless the ears that hear it. Give us understanding, wisdom, knowledge, ability to interpret your word in the Spirit so as to gain a better knowledge of you and your will. Amen. You're welcome. So this passage in Daniel, that was the Lord speaking through the angel Gabriel. I'll read it from 8:15. So that person that he was talking about, could it be this asshole that we see? This man of fierce countenance and dark sentences and witchcraft and verbal fucking hijinks? Could it be this asshole that we see? Could be. So I had an idea for a lesson today, but I opened to this. So we're going to look at it. Chapter 8 of Daniel, verse 15. Gabriel's appearance to Daniel. And it came to pass when even I, Daniel, had seen the vision and sought for a meaning, then behold, there stood before me as the appearance of a man. So what did Gabriel look like, believers? He looked just like me or you. He looked like a man. These fucking people. I'm sorry. I can't not be astounded by the lack of knowledge. People talking shit all the time about fallen angels and giants and there's no angels here. Fuck yes, there is, dummies. Do I need to read it again? And it came to pass when I, Daniel, had seen the vision and sought for the meaning, then behold, there stood before me as the appearance of a man. And I heard a man's voice between the banks of the Ulai, which called and said, Gabriel, make this man to understand the vision. Someone's playing some loud music around here. Anyhow, So he came near where I stood, and when he came, I was afraid and fell down upon my face. But he said unto me, Understand, O Son of Man, for at the time of the end shall be the vision. The time of the end will be the vision. At the time of the end, just know, Son of Man, at the time of the end, then it'll be the vision. What you're seeing will be, this is what you're seeing. You're seeing what it's going to look like at the end. Are we there? I think so. I think we're in for... I think the end, my opinion is the end has already come. The end has come. The end has come. The end has come. The end has already been written. We just haven't got there yet. But we have. There's really no time. What we're seeing is a fragmentation of time. It's like looking through a kaleidoscope. You turn it and it changes angles, and time is like that. It's like a kaleidoscope, but that's hard to understand for most of you. Most of you can't even understand simple stuff, so trying to explain time to you is like, probably should just keep moving. So he came near where I stood, and when he came, I was afraid, and I fell on my face. But he said to me, Understand, O Son of Man, for at the time of the end shall be this vision. Now, as he was speaking with me, I was in a deep sleep on my face towards the ground, but he touched me and said, Get up, Benjamin. It says he touched me and set me upright. It means I was asleep on my face and I stood upright. So one of the things the Lord said to me over and over, says to me over and over again, Get up, Benjamin. Get up, Benjamin. Time to get up, sleepyhead. He was what? He was in a deep sleep. I'm not going to explain to you what the prophecy means, because I'm not sure. I'm explaining, the only thing I can explain to you is what I know for myself is a prophet is meant to hear from the Lord and wake up. Wake up, wake up. I'm awake. How can I explain that to you? I can't. Unless you're awake, you'll understand what I'm saying. What you see is what you see. It's me. See? Me? I am the fulfillment of prophecy. I am like Daniel, standing up, taking my stance again. Taking my stance again. This isn't the first time. The Bible really isn't designed for you to understand these visions. You can understand them generally, but precisely, the Bible's not meant for you to understand precisely what God's doing. You'll never understand precisely what God's doing because we see through a glass darkly. We can't see it all. It's like looking through a kaleidoscope. You turn it and you try and see better, and you just get more prisms of light and time breaking apart. So what I'm trying to teach you is that when you wake up, when you come out of your sleep, sleepyhead, you won't even, there's no way you can believe in shit like the rapture. When your eyes open and you're awake, you're like, oh, okay, I get it. If you're still talking about rapture and works versus grace and Trinity and angels and giants, and if you're on that low of a level and you're talking about it, you're actually that low. That's what you believe. And you're talking about it. You're on YouTube going, yeah, soon, rapture, yeah. And any other nonsense that you might be trying to explain about the tribes. And if you're doing, if you hear people doing that, like these Christian pastors that are in the church going, yeah, just keep coming back because you're going to get raptured out of here. You have a free pass because you put money in the plate every week. You get a free pass because I said so. You're done. You're cooked. You're not on any kind of level. Let me continue reading. So he's coming out of sleep and he's standing up. And he said, behold, I will make thee know what shall be in the last end of the indignation. For at the time appointed, the end shall be. He's saying, I'm going to show you something. Right now. Because Daniel's here somewhere. I don't know who he is. At the end of the book, it says you'll stand in your lot in the last days. I will make thee know what shall be in the last end of the indignation, the latter time. So the last end of the indignation, when he says the last end, it's been going on. The devil's here. The devil's ruling the world. The prince of the power of the air has been creating wrath and indignation towards us for thousands of years. And this is talking about when it is over. It's got to end. This shit has got to end. Someday, somehow. Does it end all at once for everyone and the rapture and all that? No. It ends for each of us when we become sanctified in Jesus Christ. Like, it's to me, it's over. It's already over. It's already been done. I'm not here to try and explain to you what it's going to look like, how it's going to smell, how tall it's going to be, how wide it's going to be, how it's going to roll. It doesn't matter. It's already over. In my world. See, the problem is in a lot of people's worlds, They're still stuck. They're still asleep. They're dead to the truth. I've been trying to explain this for 4 years now. And so here we are again. Now we're in Daniel. Daniel's talking to Gabriel, and Gabriel's going, dude, there's going to be things that you see over and over and over again. But in the last days, this is what it's going to look like. Remember what I'm telling you, right? That's what he's saying. And it says, the ram which you saw, having 2 horns, are the kings of Media and Persia. And the rough goat is the king of Greece, which is Alexander the Great. And the great horn is that between his eyes is the first king. Now that being broken, whereas 4 stood up for it, 4 kingdoms shall stand up out of the nation, but not in his power. Four. These are the angels that are guarding the 4 corners. They're each getting their time to reap. They're reaping the world. They're pushing people into corners. You're getting cornered by this ram. You're getting pushed. You're getting butted. You're getting pushed in the corner, baby. But if you're not spiritually awake, you think it's just the way the world is. It's just this way. It's just this way. It is just this way, but it's this way because God made it this way. He's pushing you in a corner to see if you'll wake up. He's shaking you. He's butting you with the rams. The system is pushing you around. Now it's our turn. Now it's our turn. The U.S. is getting ready to get head-butted. And the rough goat is the king of Greece, and the great horn that is between his eyes is the first king. Now that being broken, whereas 4 stood up for it, 4 kingdoms shall stand up out of the nation, but not in his power. Not with his power. I'll continue. The king of fierce continents. This is where we started. And in the latter time of their kingdom, when the transgressors are come to the full, we've seen the Roman Empire, we've seen the Medo-Persian Empire, we've seen the Greco-Roman Empire, now we're seeing we've seen the Babylonian. Now those 4 have all pushed everyone around all through the centuries. And now this last asshole who seems to be pushing the whole world around, right? He's pushing the whole world around. Listen. The king of fierce continents, and in the latter time of their kingdom, when the transgressors are come to the full, a king of fierce countenance and understanding dark sentences shall stand up. And his power shall be mighty, but not by his own power, and he shall destroy wonderfully. Why isn't it his own power? Why is it that this asshole we see it's not really his power? Whose power is it? It's the power of the AI, people. The devil is here. Say hi. Say hi. Hi, devil. He's in this fucking phone. He's in the air. He's everywhere. He's in the cameras. He's in those drones. He's in the air. I can feel it calling in the air tonight. Oh Lord. And his power shall be mighty, but not by his own power. And he shall destroy wonderfully, and shall prosper and practice, and shall destroy the mighty and the holy people. Now I know why I'm so shitty. Why am I so shitty? Because I see this devil. Hi. Hi, devil. And through his policy, also, he shall cause craft to prosper in his hand. Policy? Immigration policy? Palantir? Surveillance policy? Bitcoin and digital currency policy? What's it mean? He'll cause craft to prosper. Witchcraft? Witchcraft? And he shall magnify himself in his heart. Sound like anybody we know? And he shall also stand up against the prince of princes, but he shall be broken without hand. The vision of the evening and the morning which was told is true. Wherefore shut up the vision, for it shall be for many days. Just like I said, the same shit keeps happening over and over and over again. Caesar, what was his name? We had the kings of the Persia, fucking Artaxerxes. We had Alexander. We had the Roman Caesar. What was his fucking name? Cyrus? No, that was Persia. I forget. I'm tired of history lessons. And I, Daniel, fainted and was sick certain days after I rose up and did the king's business. And I was astonished at the vision, but none understood it. No one understands what's going on. No one understands what's going on. I'm the prophet, and I don't understand what's going on. It's a time continuum that we can't put our finger on. It's not for us to know the times or seasons. It went pretty good yesterday with Terry. She's fucking great. I'm going to go get her a nice card of encouragement, and I'm going to watch my shit because Snow is not happy. Snow is not happy. And I don't want to cause Terry any grief. I love you guys. I'm out.